welcome back to my Minecraft Let's Play. If you can tell, I made a farm. I decided I needed to start growing some food for myself, and I fixed the roof on my house so that it looks a little bit more, I guess, normal and not totally, it's just boring. I mean, it still looks pretty boring, but it's got, you know, more stairs, you know? Roofs. What can you do with them? So today I don't really know what I'm gonna go for in this episode yet, but I thought I'd start recording and see what happens. I thought maybe I would try to introduce myself a little bit better, because I really, how am I supposed to expect people to want to keep watching my videos if they really know nothing about me? So I picked up the TMI tag, and I figured we can go back into the mines for a little while and maybe do some exploring down in the actual mine shaft that I totally ignored the last time I went down to do the mine shaft thing. And now I feel a little bit better geared, so I'm gonna make another chest to leave stuff in, and we're gonna go down to the mine shaft, and I'm gonna do the TMI tag, I guess. I just really wanna share some more about myself, because I feel like I haven't done a good job of doing that so far. Do I have any sticks? I do. I have enough to make another pickaxe. And toss one of those. I need the sticks. Yeah, that should be fine. Let's make a pickaxe and get going. Okay, maybe this time I won't like completely pass it up. I haven't finished the staircase because I just didn't want to. If you can believe that. I just didn't feel like it. Okay, this is it. I mean, I didn't even fix it, so. This time we're actually going to explore the mine shaft. I don't know, I guess I chickened out or something last time, I'm not sure. I just went for the cave looking stuff instead of the actual mine shaft stuff. So, the TMI tag is kind of boring, isn't it? You know what, I'm gonna find a different tag to do, and I'll be back with y'all. Okay, I found a tag. Well, maybe. We'll see. It may not be as dumb as the other one. Well, the other one's not dumb, it just isn't something. I just looked at the questions and I was like, I don't feel like answering these things. So I found one that's 25 questions tag. Facts about me. Ooh la la. So we can find out more about myself. So the first question on this tag is my middle name. Did I really come down here with one torch and no wood? I'll be right back. Actually, I've just remembered that I'm in a mine shaft, and there's wood everywhere. So, it's a good thing I brought an axe. Alright, the first question is, what is your middle name? My middle name is Jessica. That's what the J stands for in my username. Yeah, there's not really a whole lot to it. That's just my middle name, Jessica. My favorite subject in school, I guess in high school, I feel like I really liked math in high school, like algebra, and mostly algebra. Yeah, I mean, I was always into music, so I guess choir was also my favorite, but I guess as far as, like, you know, your regular core classes, math was probably my favorite, because it's the one I was best at. I mean, it's logic-based. That's all you really need, for me, I guess, is to have a class where I can put formulas in a calculator and get what I need out of it. So yeah, I guess math, any kind of math, trig kind of classes, I was always best at those. What is your favorite drink? I'm guessing this isn't supposed to be alcoholic beverage, but I guess I'll tell you. Either way, both. My favorite thing to drink is LaCroix, which is a sparkling water brand. I like the coconut flavored one. I think it tastes really good, and I think it's a good, it's water, so it's not a replacement for water, but it's actually a replacement for soda for me, because there was a long time where I would drink way too much Dr. Pepper. It was like a problem where I was just drinking way too much. It was just too much sugar, and it was bad for me, and I stopped, and I started drinking the sparkling water that I really ended up liking. One of my teachers, one of my voice teachers, actually introduced me to it, and I haven't stopped drinking it since. Yay, more gold. And my favorite alcoholic drink is probably Merlot. Yeah, Merlot. I like a good red wine anytime. I actually have some right next to me right now for when I finish filming, so that's probably more than you need to know. What is your favorite song at the moment? It's a really good question. I don't think I've listened to a lot lately, like as far as pop music goes. I did listen to Pentatonic's new album. That was obviously great. I just think their whole brand is so cool. I graduated the same year as Scott and Mitch and Christy. We're from totally different parts of the state, but they're from Texas and I'm from Texas. And I just know, I think we were in an all-state choir together with those guys, and no one knew them then because they weren't the Pentatonics then. But I just think it's like mind-boggling that people my age can be as successful in music, and not just any music, but a cappella music. Like, no one is as successful in a cappella music probably ever as the Pentatonics are right now. So I just think it's amazing, and I really like Can't Sleep Love. My actual favorite song, it's an aria from an opera, because that is my thing. I really have been loving Susanna's aria from Le Nozze di Figaro. It's one of the arias that I'm using for my grad school auditions. So there's that. I just enjoy that story. If you haven't, I guess you wouldn't, if you haven't seen any operas, Figaro is a good introduction to opera. I mean, it's Mozart, so it's gonna be a good introduction. But yeah, that's where most of my favorite music is, from operas, and that has been my favorite lately. Probably since about June, I've just been adoring that opera. And I did a while back too, when I first started learning it as a different character. It's been my favorite for a long time. I just had put it down for a long time, and now it's like back in my life a lot. What is your favorite food? That's a hard question, because I could just say chocolate and be done with it, but I mean, chocolate's not good for me, and I shouldn't be eating it, so I guess, yeah, I'm gonna say chocolate. I also love popcorn, I love carbs, I love pizza, but can't always eat that stuff, and you kind of have to get over it the older you get. If you're like 12 and watching this, enjoy that pizza, because when you're 23 and you eat a lot of pizza, you just feel bad about it. You just do. Even if if you're confident in yourself, you eat 3 slices of pizza and you're like, oh my gosh, I ate too much cheese. Why did I do that? It's not even like a self-confidence or body image thing. It's like cheese is just not great. Doesn't do great things. Is this like the smallest mineshaft ever? Okay, there's more that way. I know there is. I haven't seen any cave spiders. Like, so I'm really, like, scared that the next corner I turn is gonna, you know, be a massive thing of cave spiders. I don't want that. What is the last thing you bought? I think, it was Whataburger. That's not good. I guess it's food. But I guess as far as, like, product not food, and not the bottle of Merlot that's sitting on my desk, I think it was a makeup palette by Pure Minerals. I got it at my place of employment with my employee discount. It's a naturals palette, and I really, really like it. It came with a mascara too. It was just like I got a really good deal on it, and I really like the quality of the makeup. So that's the last thing I purchased as far as, like, I guess anything that's not food goes, because mostly when you're 23 your money goes to buying food. You find that. It's like you pay your rent. I mean, I'm not paying rent right now, but when I was paying rent, it's like you pay your rent, and then you pay your bills, and then you buy your food. And that's pretty much it. And any other money you have, you store up, so that if an emergency happens, you're not, like, completely, totally broke. So, yeah. I just feel like I've been able to save up a little, and I bought myself something nice, and I guess the rest of it has kind of been on food. Let's see, what is the next one? Your favorite book of all time? Be really basic and say Harry Potter, and I mean that's 7 books, right? Yeah, I think I have to say Harry Potter. I don't know if I can say anything but Harry Potter. What other books did I really, really enjoy? I mean, I've enjoyed a lot of books. When I was a kid, that's all I did was read. Once I got into reading, basically once I read the Harry Potter books, I just couldn't stop reading at all. I was just reading all the time. I would have, like, multiple books, like, with me during the school day when I was in middle school. I just always had something to read. There were a couple that stood out of the stuff that I read when I was in middle school. I read, and this wasn't in middle school, this may have been in 5th grade, I started reading the R.L. Stine books, not the Goosebumps, the Fear Street books. And those had a big impact on my reading style from an early age, I think. Because I just read so many of them. I read, like, all of them, and I know that he came out with a new one recently, and I really need to find it because I really want to read it. But I don't know what happened to all my old books, because I had purchased a good large amount of them, of the Fear Street books, and they're all gone. So I don't know if maybe my parents got rid of them when I moved away from college, or they got put in a box somewhere and sold in a garage sale. No idea. But the Fear Street books were really, really good to me. And there was also one by a woman named Sarah Manning. I can't remember what it's called. It was about a girl who was in a rock band, though. And it was the first book. It was the first real coming-of-age book that I had read, where it wasn't like Harry Potter, where, I mean, I guess he comes of age and they, you know, learn about relationships, but it was the first book that was, like, really in-depth about, like, coming of age and, you know, becoming an adult and not, you know, just getting to, you know, fight Voldemort. I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it, but I'll have to find it. And then it was called Guitar Girl. You know, that's what it was. I think it's a dumb name, and probably if I read it back now, I'd think the writing was, you know, subpar, but it really just had a big effect on me at that age, and I read it over and over and over again for whatever reason. Did I really find a mineshaft that has no cave spider spawner? Favorite color? I really like, I guess, let's see. Let's take off my hat. I really like the blue color I used on the hat that I put on my skin. It's like almost a teal green, and I did use a green color, very, very, very close to the blue, because that hat is supposed to look like a hat that I have sitting, well, sometimes I wear it. I'll put it on my head right now. It was sitting on my desk. It's a DFTBA hat that I ordered a while back. Not a while back, it just came out, I think in September. I think that's when I got it in the mail. But it's supposed to look like that. But there's flowers, and the embroidery on it is this just really wonderful, bright, what's the name of the color? Cerulean or something like that? I really like that color. That's probably one of my favorites. I also love purple. If I ever do videos with face cam, I mean, you'll see a lot of purple, because when I was in high school and I painted my room, I painted it 3 different shades of purple, so there's a lot of purple going on in my place of residence for the time being. Do you have any pets? Right now I have 3 dogs. I mean, my parents have 2 dogs and I have a dog. My dog's name is Lexi, and she's the best dog in the whole wide world. She's a sweetheart. She is a rescue dog. I got her at a shelter, and she's just the light, the light of my life. Isn't that cute? It's just too dang adorable. But she's such a loving animal. Like, she's not good with other animals. She's a mutt, and she's a terrier mix, which basically is what they put on their papers when they're part pit bull. So she's part pit bull and, you know, part whatever else, but she's pretty small for anything part pit bull. She's got these big old, she's got big old face, but she's got a very square face and a very muscular body, but she's just like 40 pounds of pure muscle. But I mean, that's not enough to really warrant her being like a dangerous dog. She's just kind of intimidating, I guess. I guess I'll get to work on making this room bigger, because I'll work on making this room what I want it to be. But yeah, my dog is just my favorite creature on this planet. She's the best. She's a funny dog. You just have to see her. If you go look at some of my old videos on my vlogging channel, she's just a great dog, and she's funny. She makes me laugh, and that's all I really need from her is light in my day, because you know what, life is not the easiest. I got her my first year of college away from home, and oh no, okay, there got some lag there, and she just brought me so much happiness. The conditions that I got her in were not ideal, because I didn't really get her, my roommate did, but we found each other either way, and I ended up becoming the primary caretaker of her, and she's just made my life better every day since. So she's wonderful, and I couldn't be happier to have her. I just can't imagine not having her in my life. Not at all. Okay, the next one is favorite perfume. I don't really use that much perfume. Most of the perfumes that I own, I've purchased at Victoria's Secret, mostly because I have a line of credit there, and that's, you know, my go-to place if I, you know, need to buy things that I don't have enough money for. But yeah, I really like the Victoria's Secret Very Sexy, and I guess it's very sexy. I just like the way it smells, I guess. It's just a really, I guess it's sexy. I don't know what sexy is. I just know it's a perfume and I like it. And there's also one that I tried, called Seduction Black Orchid, and I really liked that one. I bought it at, not a strip mall. What is it? Oh, I forget what they're called. Where they go and they sell, you go and it's like the stuff that they put in the real stores that didn't sell, and they bring it there. It's not like a Marshalls or anything. It's a real Victoria's Secret. It's just, gosh, I forget. It's a special kind of mall. It has all the fancy brands. I'll have to remember what it's called and and put that on the screen, because I feel like a big dum-dum because I don't remember what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna strip mine a little bit. Oh, cool. That didn't take very long. We'll go to the next question. Favorite holiday? Favorite holiday. I'm trying to think if it means, because I'm looking at a one that, the tag, and someone's already filled it out. So I see her answer and I just, maybe she's British, and when it says holiday she thinks it means favorite place to go on like vacation. But I'm going to talk about my favorite holiday because it is Christmas. Duh. I love Christmas. I also like Easter. You would think Easter's a funny one to have, but I think as a Hispanic person that Easter's always a fun one for us. Not, I guess it's fun for anyone. I guess cascarones and candy and going to church and midnight, you know. It's all it's all the stuff that, you know, that we love. Oh, well, that wasn't a lot of cave, was it? I guess I'll keep strip mining right here. Okay, next one. Oh. Next one is, are you married? No. No. I'm not married. Marriage is a concept that I have not come to terms with yet. I mean, I guess I've come to terms with the fact that I won't be getting married anytime soon, because I don't have a person in my life who I would like to marry. Let's make another one of those before our pickaxe breaks. Next question. Have you ever been out of the country? If so, how many times? I guess I've been to Mexico. Yeah, I guess that's out of the country, right? It just seems like it's not. I've also been farther away and it's still been in the country because, you know, America's pretty big. It's a pretty big place. Do I speak any other languages? No, I just speak English. I understand a lot of Italian and Spanish. I don't speak Spanish. I just understand a lot of the language and how it works. I understand a lot of Italian because of the profession I'm going into, and I also understand a bit of French, but I can't fluently speak any language that's not English. How many siblings do you have? I have 2 sisters. What is your favorite shop? I guess place to shop? I really like places like Marshalls and TJ Maxx, HomeSense. I like buying home things, so I have a large collection of mugs, and I have a lot of kitchen stuff that that's all in storage right now because I'm living at my parents' house. while I'm auditioning for grad schools. But that's the kind of stuff I like to buy. I guess I really like those kind of not resale where gosh, I keep forgetting what these kind of shops are called. Well, Marshall's is where they have a lot of designer stuff, but at a cheaper price. You know, it's a season late, so they sell it to, you know, these Marshall's, TJ Maxx places. I really like going in there. I like getting good deals, and I can normally find what I need there. Favorite restaurant? Favorite restaurant? That's a really good question. I really like this place in my college town. It was a sushi place called the Yummy Yummy Mongolian Grill. And they have them all over the Houston area. But that's probably my favorite restaurant. Not only because the sushi is fantastic and it's just so good, but I spent a lot of money there, and I had a lot of dinners there that I will remember fondly. With all kinds of different friends and friend groups. I guess I'm gonna head back now and maybe do some exploring on the surface. But I really like that restaurant, and it's just like really dear to me. Like when I go back soon, hopefully, I want to, you know, go to dinner there with my friends, with my college friends, and, you know, kind of just hang out because I miss it, and I loved it as an environment. It was a good place. When was the last time you cried? I recently watched Inside Out, and I am not ashamed to say that I cried so much in that movie. It's so good. It's just a fantastic film. I saw a really pixely version on the internet, but it just really hit you in the feels. And I'm sure everyone that's watching this has already seen it. Like, why wouldn't you? It's just a great movie. Pixar just always knows how to make me cry, and Disney movies in general. I always feel like, you know, the oldest person in the room when I go to Disney movies. But I'm always like the one that's crying and stuff, because I just love it. There's no other way to explain it. I just love Disney movies and Disney Pixar movies. They really affect me, and I think that's a sign of really great storytelling. A favorite blog? I don't really have a favorite blog. Who has blogs? Zoella has a blog. I guess I check out her blog every once in a while, but I mean, I feel like that may be a bit of an outdated question. Because who has blogs? Darn, it's nighttime. Okay. We're gonna go for it. We're gonna go. Yeah. Favorite blog? That's such an odd question to me, because there are blogs on everything. And I don't really go to a bunch of them for a bunch of anything, really. Maybe I should get into blogging. Well, no, not blogging. I guess a Tumblr blog, but I mean, I can't think of a specific blog, but I'm like, yeah, that's a great blog. Other than like Zoella, which, I mean, it's a beauty blog, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's a good blog. But I don't go there as often as, you know, someone who would say, oh, that's my favorite blog. Favorite movie? That has to be Stardust, the Neil Gaiman book to movie. That was a great one. That one's been my favorite for a long time. Oh, it's starting to be morning already. Cool. Yeah, I really like that movie. It's just the whole concept. I watched the movie before I read the book, and I'm kind of glad for that, because I waited a long time before reading the book after watching the movie, because book was kind of mature. I don't know. It was a little mature there for me at the age that I watched the movie. The book would have been just a little too mature. What do I want to do now? I guess I've explored in that direction because that's where I came from. Let's see what other biomes are around, because I need to find... There are chickens always swimming in this water, so I'll be able to find them, and these cows have been running around here for a while. So when I need to, you know, capture my animals to make my, my farm, I'll need to find pigs, and I'll need to find sheep. I feel like there are sheep on the other side of this hill, unless that right there is a sheep. Then I won't really have that much trouble. And there's a pig. I found all my animals. Oh, well, I don't have a place to put them yet, so I'm just gonna explore and check out this forest over here, maybe gather some wood. Okay, next question. Favorite TV show? Okay, this is not embarrassing at all. Right now my favorite TV show is Girl Meets World on Disney Channel, and I know I'm like a grown-up and I shouldn't be watching Disney Channel. I mean, I should be. It's great. I love Boy Meets World. Boy Meets World is probably like one of my all-time favorites too, but right now I've just been loving Girl Meets World, and Girl Meets Texas came out this weekend, and it had so many like, just awful stereotypes about Texans. Go get my shotgun. You know, that kind of stuff. But it was just it was a great, they did their Texas trilogy in fall. And I just, so many feelings. The kids in the show are just great little actors. They really, I think the girl who plays, Corey's daughter, she's like 14 years old, and she's just taken the world by storm. If you haven't seen her Tumblr posts and all that, she's amazing. She's an amazing little girl, and she's just a great actress, and so is everyone else. They really got a good cast together. It's, you watch the first couple seasons of Boy Meets World, and you're like, I can take it or leave it. I didn't take my coordinates of my home. I've never taken my coordinates of my home. Oh boy. Maybe if I can find my way back to this spot, this view, I can get back to my home. So if I go in this direction of this screenshot that I just took, I'll make it home. Uh-oh, I dropped my string. Yeah, that show is just, it's a good show. If you're not watching it and you have any love for Boy Meets World, I just recommend it. It's not Boy Meets World. It's really about, Riley and her friends and her relationships, but it has the same kind of feel as Boy Meets World. They're just a little bit more, it's, 2 seasons in, basically. They have a few more episodes left this season, and it's so much better than season 2 of Boy Meets World. They're on their second year of middle school, and they're, dealing with, like, real relationships. Not that Corey and Topanga isn't a real relationship, but, they were always going to be Corey and Topanga. Oh, and everyone always knew it, Even the writers knew it. They brought a girl back who, was supposed to be a one-off in one episode, and they brought her back as, Topanga Matthews. Not Matthews, Topanga Lawrence. Now she's Matthews. Yeah, that's my favorite TV show is, the Girl Meets World right now. It's just making, it's making strides in children's TV. I can't even believe it's considered children's TV. Did I cut down trees over here? Did I do this? I had to have done this, right? What? I've never been over here. I haven't left my little peninsula area in the whole time. Hello, bunny. In the whole time that I've been playing it. Okay, I guess I'm gonna cut down this tree because it's gonna bother me if it's not cut down. But we'll go to the next question. There's only a few left. PC or Mac? I have to go with PC because that's what I'm on right now. But I imagine if I had a Mac, I would like that too. I don't know if I'm that picky. Like, I really like, I guess I'm picky in that I love my iPhone, and I don't want to use any other kind of brand of phone anytime soon. I really love my iPhone, and it's just paining me that it's starting to die on me. I really want to get the new iPhone, but as far as computers go, I feel like PCs have always been good to me. And I mean, I've used Macs before. They had, you know, Mac labs in college, and you know, you'd use it and you'd use the computers, and I got used to using them. But I think I prefer using a PC because it's what I learned about computers on, I guess. It's just the first computer we ever owned was a PC, and that's, you know, we just kept using PCs. Okay, and then we're back at more spruce wood. I circumnavigated this forest, and now I'm back at spruce wood. Ow! Okay. What is the next question? What phone do you have? Okay, well, I was just talking about my favorite phones. I have the iPhone 5S. It's a good phone. I have no complaints, except that the battery life is starting to wane now that it's kind of in the, you know, it's in the last few months of its run. I think I'm gonna need to invest in the new one here pretty soon, just because this one has, I mean, it's taken a lot. It's taken a lot of, you know, damage, and we just have to move on from it. I've replaced the screen many a time, and now it's just starting to not want to do anything that I want it to do. And it makes me sad because I don't want to have to buy a new phone. You know, no one wants to have to spend money on a brand new phone. I guess some people want to spend their money on a new phone. I can't really, I'm making a generalization. I don't want to spend all my money on a new phone, but I will have to invest soon. Why can't I get up here? Okay. I'm really bad at tree parkour. Okay, there's only like 2 questions left, so let's see what they are. How tall are you? 5.5 feet tall. Can you cook? Technically, yeah. I guess I can cook. I'm glad that you came along with me. I'm gonna get to cutting some trees down, so I have some oak and some birch wood for the beginning of my the base that I'm building. Yeah, I'm gonna get that, and I'm gonna say goodbye to you guys. It was good to just, you know, sit around and talk and answer some questions. Hopefully, soon I can start doing kind of Q&A type things, but I mean, that's kind of in the future of the kind of things that I want to do on this channel. I will see you tomorrow in the final installment of my Minecraft story mode. It's a long one, so sit tight and enjoy it. Bye!